Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that touches the heart in a way few stories do. It's emotional, unexpected, and full of those small human moments that remind us how deeply we can impact one another without even realizing it. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this powerful tale of kindness, pain, and the surprising bond that formed between a one-legged little girl and a single father who never imagined his life would change in a matter of minutes. It all began on a quiet afternoon in a small neighborhood park. The sun was gentle, children were playing, birds were chirping, and the world seemed peaceful for once. A man named Daniel, a single father in his mid-30s, sat alone on a bench near the playground. His daughter, Lily, was inside the park with her school friends, laughing and running around. Daniel smiled every time he heard her giggle. Those moments were the only reminders that he was doing something right as a parent. Life hadn't been easy for him. His wife had passed away 2 years earlier from a sudden illness, leaving him to raise Lily alone. The grief had been unbearable at first, but Lily's bright spirit kept him going. He worked 2 jobs, one in the morning at a mechanic's shop and one at night as a delivery driver. The exhaustion showed in his eyes, but his daughter's happiness always brought warmth to his tired heart. On that day, however, there was something heavy on his mind. Their rent had gone up again, and Daniel wasn't sure how he was going to make it work. There was an electricity bill due, school fees for Lily, and a broken heater in their apartment that he still hadn't been able to fix. He sat on the bench with his head low, rubbing his forehead, trying to figure out what miracle he would need to survive that month. Just then, he felt a soft tap on his arm. He looked up, slightly startled, and saw a little girl standing beside him. She looked no older than 9 or 10. She had curly brown hair, a timid smile, and bright hazel eyes, but what Daniel immediately noticed was that she had only one leg. Her left pant leg was neatly folded and pinned up, and she balanced gently on a pair of crutches. Her voice was soft when she spoke. "Excuse me, can I sit here?" Daniel blinked, surprised. The bench was empty on both sides of him, yet she had asked politely, almost nervously, as if she genuinely feared the answer might be no. "Of course," he said immediately, moving a little to give her more space even though she didn't need much. "You can sit anywhere you like." But the moment she heard his answer, the girl's eyes filled with tears, not loud, not dramatic, but quiet, trembling tears that she tried to hide by quickly lowering her head. Daniel frowned gently. "Hey, are you okay?" She nodded, wiped her cheeks quickly with the back of her hand, and forced a small smile. "Sorry, I didn't mean to cry." "No need to apologize," Daniel replied softly. "I just want to make sure you're all right." The girl slowly reached for the bench, carefully balancing as she lowered herself beside him. She let out a small breath of relief when she sat down, as if even sitting was a challenge she had to overcome every time. "My name's Emma," she said shyly. I just wanted to rest for a little bit." "Well, Emma," Daniel said with a warm smile, "it's nice to meet you. I'm Daniel." She returned a tiny smile before glancing at the playground where other kids were playing. Daniel followed her eyes and noticed something instantly. The other kids seemed to deliberately ignore her. Some even stared, whispering among themselves. One boy made a hopping motion to mimic her, and another girl laughed behind her hand. Daniel felt a burning anger in his chest. Kids could be cruel sometimes, even without realizing the damage they caused. "Are they your classmates?" he asked. Emma nodded slowly. "Yes, but they don't like playing with me. They say I'm too slow and boring." "Kids can be silly," Daniel said calmly, though inside he was furious on her behalf. "But that doesn't mean what they say is true." Emma shrugged, but Daniel could see her trying to swallow the hurt. After a moment of silence, he asked gently, "Do you like coming to the park?" Emma hesitated. "I like watching, but I don't like being alone." Daniel's heart clenched. Something about her reminded him of Lily, kind, sweet, but vulnerable in a world that wasn't always gentle. Just then, Lily spotted him and ran over. Daddy, can I go get some ice cream? They're selling it over there." Daniel looked at her joyful face and felt both warmth and worry. Ice cream wasn't expensive, but every dollar mattered. Still, he couldn't say no to her. "Not today." "Sure, sweetheart," he said, handing her a few coins. Lily beamed and ran off. Emma watched with soft longing in her eyes. Daniel noticed. "Do you want ice cream too?" he asked kindly. Emma shook her head quickly. "Oh no, I don't have any money." "I didn't ask if you had money," Daniel replied with a smile. "I asked if you want ice cream." Her eyes widened in surprise. Yes, but no buts," he said. "Come on." He stood up and held out his hand. Emma hesitated, then took it carefully, using her crutch with the other hand. They walked slowly but steadily toward the ice cream cart. Lily saw them coming and smiled brightly at Emma, something no other kid had done for her that day. "What flavor do you like?" Daniel asked. Emma bit her lip shyly. "Strawberry, good choice." He bought 2 ice creams, one for Emma and one for Lily. Lily immediately handed hers to Emma. "You can have mine." "I'll ask Daddy for another." Emma froze. No, this one is mine. Your dad bought it." Lily giggled. "But Daddy will buy me another." Daniel laughed. "I guess I don't get a choice in this." Emma looked at both of them with an expression Daniel had seen only a few times in his life, a mixture of happiness, disbelief, and something deeper, something like longing. They all walked back to the bench together. Lily sat on Daniel's right, Emma on his left. And for a moment, for the first time that day, Emma wasn't alone. "Is she your daughter?" Emma asked quietly. "Yes," Daniel replied. "She's really nice." Emma whispered, "You must be a good dad." Daniel felt a lump in his throat. "I try," he said softly. Emma licked her ice cream slowly, savoring every bite. "My dad used to bring me to the park too." Before the accident, Daniel nodded gently. "Did you lose your leg in the accident?" Emma nodded. "A car hit us. My dad pushed me out of the way, but he didn't make it, and the car crushed my leg." Daniel closed his eyes for a moment, his heart breaking. "I'm so sorry." "It's okay," she whispered. "Mom tries her best. She works a lot though. I stay with my aunt most of the time." "And your aunt brings you to the park?" Emma shook her head. "No, I came alone today." Daniel was surprised. "By yourself? That doesn't sound safe." "I just wanted to be around other kids," Emma said, her voice shrinking. "Even if they don't talk to me." Daniel took a deep breath. "Well, you're welcome to sit with us anytime." Emma looked down, tears gathering again. "Thank you." Lily suddenly asked, "Emma, do you want to play with us?" Emma's eyes widened. "Play, but I can't run." "We don't have to run," Lily said, grabbing her hand. "We can play drawing in the sand, or building stick houses, or cloud shapes." Emma smiled for the first time, really smiled on. Daniel felt something shift inside him. He watched as Lily helped Emma up carefully, adjusting her crutch for her. The two girls moved toward a sandy patch and immediately began drawing circles with sticks, laughing and talking like they had known each other for years. Daniel felt tears prick at his own eyes, not of sadness, but of gratitude. Sometimes, children taught adults the purest lessons. After a while, Emma's aunt arrived, frantic and out of breath. She had tears in her eyes and ran straight to Emma, hugging her tightly. "Where did you go? I've been looking everywhere." Emma apologized softly. "I'm sorry, I just wanted to play." Her aunt looked at Daniel, then at Lily, then at Emma again. "You made friends?" Emma nodded. "Yes, Lily is really nice. And Daniel too." Her aunt softened, relief washing over her face. "Thank you for watching her," she said to Daniel. "Of course," he replied. "She's a brave girl." Emma's aunt hesitated before asking, "Would you maybe like to meet her mom someday?" "I think Emma would love friends who treat her kindly." Daniel smiled. "I'd be happy to." But just as they were about to leave, Emma turned to Daniel, her eyes filled with emotion. "Thank you for saying yes." Daniel frowned softly. "What do you mean?" "When I asked if I could sit with you," she whispered, her voice trembling, "I thought you would say no. People usually say no, or they pretend they didn't hear me. Some tell me the bench is taken, even when it's empty." Daniel's chest tightened painfully. "But you said yes," Emma continued, wiping her tears. "And that made me feel like I'm not invisible." Daniel knelt down and placed a hand gently on her shoulder. "Emma, you're not invisible. You matter. You're strong, brave, kind, and you have a big heart. And anytime you want to sit with us, my answer will always be yes." Emma cried softly, but they were tears of healing. Her aunt hugged her again, and they slowly walked away. Emma kept looking back, waving with a bright smile. Lily held Daniel's hand tightly. "Daddy," she whispered, "can Emma come play again?" Daniel nodded, his voice thick with emotion. "Yes, sweetheart, I hope she does." As he watched them leave, Daniel realized something powerful. He had been drowning in his own worries, bills, rent, work, exhaustion. But Emma, with her pain and courage, had reminded him of something essential. Kindness doesn't need money. It doesn't need time. Sometimes, it just needs a simple yes. A yes that can change someone's entire day, or even their entire life. Daniel picked Lily up in his arms and whispered,
"Let's go home." And for the first time in weeks, he felt lighter, like the world, despite all its hardships, still had a place for goodness. Thank you all for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories just like this. Until next time, take care, spread kindness, and remember, even the smallest act of compassion can mean everything to someone.